Mike James, and this is Parkitect Mod Ride Reviews. Welcome back. I really appreciate you joining me. Today, we're going to take a little break from our demos and tutorials to show you some of the great rides that have been made by the community for this game. Now, the game isn't even out yet. It's pre-alpha 7. I mean, it's out, but it's not released, I guess is what you would say. And already we're getting modders putting in scenery and things, but scenery is great. But it's astounding that people are making rides for this game that the actual developers haven't put in yet. It's a great thing for the developers, I think. And we'll show you over on Parkitect Nexus, which is where you can get all of your mods, paths, the building pieces, other things that don't come in the base game. And some of the new things are these rides. Now you can see it there in the background. I've made this little test park here. We have just a couple buildings to keep my peeps happy, have food and bathrooms and everything. Although the pathfinding isn't really optimal yet, so they tend not to go to the bathroom when they have to. So you see half my my park eventually ends up walking around with their hands crossed over their nether regions. But let's go ahead and let's travel in. I think I just deleted a piece of scenery, but that's okay. Look at this ride. This is just amazing. This is the Slingshot. H-Pops made this over on the forums. And the great thing about this, just look at the scale. It is phenomenal. Now, when I'm looking at these rides, I'm looking at a couple things. One of the things I want to look at is, does it have an impact on the park? You know, a lot of rides, they're cool, they're neat. Hey, people, there you are. Hey, let's see if we can get in a little closer and catch some of them as they come up. One of the things I look for is the impact it has on the look of your park. Now, there are a lot of great what they call flat rides, and the flat rides are just what they sound like. They're just the rides that stay on the ground for the most part. Maybe a little bar tilts up or something. This is considered a flat ride, but boy, it's not really flat, is it? I've seen these in real theme parks, and this is just what they look like. One of the things I just can't get over in this mod is the way, hey, look at that, that's awesome, is the way they, this cable here, when you look at the cable, after you go on the ride, it doesn't just reset very quickly. It does just like the real ride, and as you get closer, it gets slower and slower and slower. You go ahead and get my move speed back up here. The ride has a, it's a little difficult to see at this angle. Right here, this is flat concrete, and then there's this little hump in the middle, just like the real ride has. You can kind of see it over here on the edge. The one thing that I don't particularly find the best for this ride, and this is really the only negative I've been able to find for this ride, so by no means does it mean it's a bad thing. But as with most things in the game, you can recolor it, but there are only two colors. And the colors are, of course, you can see this yellow is going to be for the beams. And the red is for the cage here, but it's also for this stripe. And the issue here is that when you make this certain colors, especially darker colors, the cage kind of disappears. You can't see the cage. Now, that's by no means something that that takes away from the awesomeness of this ride. Just, that's the one thing I really wish that they would have been able to put in here, the modder, is the ability to color the cage here that the people sit in differently from this stripe. And even maybe to be able to color this stripe, or at least have this associated with maybe the risers here. That's the one issue that I have with this ride. And it's a small one. other than that, this is amazing. You'll notice as the people get into the ride, the little levers come down. Now, yeah, they go through their bodies, but this is a limited fidelity simulation. It's designed to be very cartoony, and for what they have to work with, I'm not a Unity programmer. I am an artist. I am a 3D modeler. I could make this ride in 3D, but I could never get it to move and operate. I just don't know the Unity code, and I really don't have the time to do it. But the developer, or excuse me, the mod maker has done an outstanding job with this ride. And I can tell you that if you want a ride that makes an impact on the look of your park, you are not going to find anything better than Slingshot. Now you can get it right over at Parkitect Nexus, and let me show you that here. Also, one thing I did want to mention, when you purchase Parkitect, currently it's only $15, and this is pre-alpha 7A. As I've stated before, it might be pre-alpha, but it runs better than most betas. You need to install, if you want to use the mods easily and just install them quickly, Parkitect Nexus has their own little program that will automatically install the mods into the game and also allow you to update them and or disable them right there in their little program. It's a program you run that it actually runs Parkitect through itself. It's a great way to keep the modifications kind of organized and up to date. I'll be covering several different mods, some rides, other things like that in the future. This one I just had to do first. This ride is amazing. Tell me what you think. Hey, I appreciate you watching the video. Hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate if you hit that like button. Give me that thumbs up. You know you love it. I love it. So, and leave me a comment. We appreciate all comments. Or you can send me an email, mikethinks@gmail.com. Until next time, I hope everyone has a good one.